Hi, fasters. Welcome to Old Fat and Fasting. This is our weekly wrap up that we're going to do every Friday, where we talk about what went on this previous week and what you can look forward to next week. And the biggest thing I want to talk about today, as far as new things for this week, is our intro, which you saw, which is Lori. It was Lori's little surprise for me yesterday. And I love it so much.
Yay.
At some point, we're going to add sound to it. So if you're our age, you can remember the scales that weren't digital.
Yeah.
Right? And they'd go back and forth. And there was a little sound they made. And we're working on, and when I say we, Lori is working on adding that sound to that intro, which will make it even better. But I think it's awesome. We were really excited about getting that done. And we also, thank God, or thank Steve, made several advances in some of our technical stuff this week. So
Steve is my wonderful husband, by the way.
He is, and he's amazing. Where would we be without Steve?
I tell him that all the time. What do people that don't have Steves do?
Right. I fixed my lighting.
Yes.
As you can see, thanks to Steve, which was incredibly simple. It was a matter of changing light bulbs. What I thought. And I got a new webcam, which I think is much sharper, much better than the one I had before. Looking at my notes.
You got a microphone.
Oh, I got a microphone. Yes. So my sound is better too. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll continue, finding things to make these videos technically better, but I feel like at least now we have good sound, we have good, lighting, good backgrounds, all that stuff that, like, when you start doing videos, you don't think about that stuff.
No.
It's amazing how many little things.
Well, I'll just use my phone. I'll record it with my phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I feel like we've gotten over a lot of technical hurdles. A lot of technical hurdles this week. So, which to me is a huge stress reliever, because I was really stressing over that stuff. So
yeah, I have a live-in IT guy, so I had the easy side on that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank God he took time out of his busy schedule to help me. I appreciate that.
He's a sweet pea. Masculine, very masculine, manly sweet pea, but he's a sweet pea.
And then something that Lori added to our website this week that I think is also exciting is she added a recipe builder tool, which what that means for you, for the people watching this video, is that I think starting sometime next week, you will be able to, we already have some recipes on our website, but with the recipe builder, it's going to show you like all the nutrition, calories, carbs, protein, all that stuff. And I think it also allows you to put like pictures in the recipe here and there if you want to, like to show
how I dice an egg. That's in the egg salad recipe. Yeah.
I think the one Lori put up, she has a picture of here's how I dice an egg, like pictures of any little tips we have or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is really neat. And you'll be able to print them.
Sorry.
That's okay. You'll be able to print those starting next week. And then at some point, we're working on making it so you can pin it to Pinterest also. That's not working yet. We're going to work on getting that to work, though.
Something else that we, and when I say we, it's Steve, added to the website this week was a weight tracker where Krista and I can update our weight on the website as often as we want. I think, Krista, you're adding yours every day, and I'm adding mine every Friday. So you all can go on there and track our progress, and it helps us hold ourselves accountable. That everybody has their ups and downs, literally, in weight.
Right.
And you can watch that. I know I even marked mine of, when there's a weight spike with the date, I added back from vacation or back from camping. and all of that, and talking about adding my weight of back from camping. That's my weight update for the week. And I had to write all of this down. On July 14th, which was the day we left to camp last time, we leave today also, but on July 14th, I weighed 162.7. That's the day we left. 4 days later, I weighed 167.9. So in 4 days, I gained 5.2 pounds.
And she was not happy.
I was not a happy camper, literally. And Krista and I, we were on Zoom last night. We gab a lot, and we could not figure out why my weight went up. We have some ideas, like salad dressing on my salad. I tend to turn my salads into slaw. I really just like salad dressing and the toppings. So I coat it. So it was probably, I think we decided the salad dressing. We had chicken and vegetable kebabs one night. We had steak and vegetable kebabs. We had hamburgers that I bought from the butcher's counter at Harris Teeter that were bacon cheddar. We don't think they would have added sugar to that, but don't know. And then we had brats from the meat department another night, but I only had a few bites of that. They were really salty. For me, they were really salty. And I blow up like a sausage if I eat salty stuff. And then we did an experiment, because I don't drink at home, but I do drink, not to excess, when we camp. And we started doing Corona hard seltzer, because there's no carbs and no sugars. So we were like, well, maybe the alcohol does something with the sugar level. So Chris and I did like a 1 hour experiment while we were on Zoom last night, where I pricked my finger a lot to check my blood sugar. Before I had the first sip, I'm again looking at, I have little stickers all over the place. Before I took the first drink, my blood sugar was 65. And then over the next however long, all of this happened within an hour. It went from 65 to 69, stayed at 69, went to 65, and 1 hour later it was 61. So we don't think it was the alcohol. So for this trip, instead of buying anything from the store, I made my own chicken salad. I made my own egg salad, shrimp salad, and chicken vegetable soup. And that is all I'm going to do, along with the Corona hard seltzer. And we'll see what my weight does over that. But again, and my weight today, 5 days later, is back to what it was, 162.5. So it took me 4 days to gain 5.2, 5 days to lose 5.4. And in those days, let's see, I did 2 back-to-back 48s and then a 24 fast. And I've said before that I don't set an eating window. I just stop when I'm full. So literally sometimes that's 5 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes it's an hour. So yeah, 2 rolling 48s and then a 24, and I dropped 0.2 of a pound more than I gained. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. So this weekend's going to be sort of a little experiment. We'll see what her weight is when she gets back. And, if it's up, what was it, 5 pounds or whatever, if it's up a couple of pounds, then we'll know that there's probably something else, because we really tried to figure out what did you do different while you were camping than what you usually do at home. And I think the 2 things, one was the seltzers, and the other thing was there was some stuff you bought that was pre-made at the grocery store. And, you wouldn't think that there's any added sugar in that stuff that you bought, but there's added sugar in a lot of stuff you wouldn't think.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Sugar too. It is ridiculous. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping when I came home and saw the weight, I'm like, whew, it's got to be salt. It's got to be salt. Right. 2 days later, I'm like, it didn't drop a lot. That's not salt.
Yeah.
So it was in something.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And my weight update for the week, last Friday, I was at 196.8, and today I'm at 193.8. So I'm down 3 pounds this week, which when I fasted before, that was pretty typical of what my weekly weight loss was. I averaged 2 to 3 pounds a week. So I'm very happy with 3 pounds this week.
You absolutely should be, girl.
And then as far as things that happened with our videos and stuff this past week. We did, I think, 3 videos. The first one posted on Monday, and it was one that I did after I broke my fast one day. But during my fast, I was tempted to eat because I was stressed out. I wasn't hungry, but I was stressed out. And sometimes when you're stressed, you want to eat.
Stress tastes like chocolate to me.
Absolutely.
When I'm stressed, I want chocolate. So I've always said I want to make a bumper sticker that says stress tastes like chocolate.
Yes, that is so true. And I'm such a chocolate lover anyway, definitely. And that's funny because when I was stressed, that's what I wanted. I wanted something sweet, but I couldn't have anything sweet because I don't have any in the house.
Good for you. We don't either. The sweetest thing we have are raisins because I put it in my salad sometimes.
Yeah. So that's another good tip.
I
know it's hard when you live with other people and they want their stuff, but I would say at least as much as you can, minimize those unhealthy options in your cabinets.
Yeah.
So you're not tempted. But that video, I think it's got helpful tips for anybody who's trying to lose weight, whether it's through fasting or anything, because I think all of us are tempted at one time or another to eat when we're stressed out. So it's basically about how to get through those periods. So,
and you will, and you did.
And I did. Yes, I did.
Good for you.
And I did. And then 2 other videos we did this week. One was Lori showing how she makes veggie broth, which
garbage soup,
which I'm going to do this weekend. And you make it from, basically you keep all of the cuttings from vegetables that you usually throw away. So the end of the cucumbers and the big stalk that's at the bottom of your broccoli and the ends of the onions and all that stuff that you
it's the onion paper and the onion stems and the celery butts and the core of the cabbage, everything you throw in the trash.
Yep. And what she does and what I do, because Lori taught me, is put all that stuff in a Ziploc bag and stick it in your freezer. And once it's full, you can make vegetable broth with it. So that's a really interesting one too. And the other reason that's a great recipe is because it's free, right?
Yep.
You make it with stuff you've already got. You put all that stuff in our case, Instant Pot with some water, and you just let it go. So it doesn't.
24 cups out of one Ziploc freezer bag. I got 24 cups of homemade vegetable broth, and I know everything that's in it.
Exactly. There's no added sugar. So, so check that out for sure. That's a good one too. And then this week, we also started a new series called How Do I Start Fasting? I think that this series is going to be really helpful for people who are either new to fasting or are thinking about fasting, because, fasting isn't something that people talk about much because people don't know that much about it right now. And so through this series, we're hoping to just answer a lot of questions that people have. The first one, the one that we put out this week, is about whether to talk to your doctor or not, and if you do, how to do it. I think the title of it is something like pants, one size does not fit all, or something like that. Because there's some people who should absolutely talk to their doctor. And then there are other people, it's basically up to you whether or not you want to. So we talk about those 2 groups of people. And if you're in the group that, it's up to you whether or not to, we give some tips on what to expect your doctor to say and how to work with them, basically.
And how different doctors will have different opinions, even inside of your own personal doctor's office. I have one doctor that's very pro-fasting and one that's very anti-fasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talk about also the amount of hours in medical school that doctors have trained towards it. So it's a very, very helpful video.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Lori said that it's one that she wished she had those tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
When she started. So, and then we'll put out at least one more of those next week. And it's going to be about talking to other people in your life,
or not to,
right, about fasting. So I think that'll be helpful too, because, just like with different doctors, you're going to get different reactions. So
you'll have some people that are cheerleaders and some people that will swear you're going to starve to death.
right.
I mean, you see how weak we are.
Right. Yeah. How exhausted we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our moods are down.
Yeah.
No energy.
I know. Yeah.
And I did what, 2 48-hour fast and a 24-hour fast this week, and I'm just no energy.
Yeah.
I was born with energy.
That is a true statement.
I tell people I don't know that I've shut up since I came out of the womb. Our poor parents.
I know we joke sometimes that when we were in school, Lori's teachers would say, "I wish you wouldn't talk so much." Mm-hmm. And my teachers would say, "Krista needs to speak up more."
Yeah.
So we're like two opposite ends of that.
But we do well together.
Yes.
I need to go back to the lake today and get rid of this frog in my throat. Please check out our website, www.oldfatfasting.com. And we have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter account, we have Instagram, and we also have a circle on the Life Fasting app that is off old fat fasting. And if you have not checked out the Life Fasting app, I highly recommend it. You can, it has a timer. I'll pop up a screenshot of what mine is right now, where you can say, I want to start my fast at this time and I want to end it at this time. And it puts a timer on it and it'll tell you what phase of fasting you're in. And if you're like Krista, who realized this week, hey, I was supposed to end my fast, but I'm not hungry, I'm going to keep going. You can extend it. And again, it will keep tracking where you are in your fast. And what a circle does is it's basically a support group. So if you join our circle, there's a discussion group in there where you can say, hey, I'm feeling a little weak. What can I do? Or you can, it'll post you ended your 15-hour fast, and right. we can say, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
And it's just a really good community of, it's almost like a personal fasting gang.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah, support group is a good way to put it, because, even if you're like you're about to end your fast and you don't know what you should eat, any questions that you have, you can post as a comment. Or we have one person in our circle right now that I hadn't seen her on the app for a while. So I wanted to make sure she was okay. So I sent her a little message and said, haven't seen you for a while. Are you doing okay? And it's just a great way to just encourage and support each other. And especially when you're new to fasting, you really need that, or it definitely makes it much easier if you have other people who are doing it with you, who may have had the same experiences, or, you just need that little extra motivation to keep you going if people around you aren't supporting you, or it's a great resource.
You have support. Yeah. And for people, I am a very visual person. Yeah. I like to check boxes. I like to see things, and it's so good for me. It's so good, but it's really nice. And speaking of comments and questions, please put your comments and questions below this video, and take time to subscribe and like the videos. It would mean a lot to us. We would really like to be able to reach anybody interested in fasting, but we're really shooting towards people that fall into our group of being on the older end, and so we really want to build a community.
Yeah,
is what we're trying to do.
And the more subscribers we get, the more likes we get. Also, the more YouTube will promote us as far as helping us to show up in people's searches more, which will help us reach more people and help more people who are going through similar experiences as us. So so your subscribe and your likes make a big difference,
and your follows and your whatevers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So take a minute, do all that stuff. Doesn't cost anything.
Right. Just takes a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take my notes down. We're at the bottom of my note page now. That'll wrap up this week's wrap up. So we'll finish it by saying happy fasting. See you later.
Yep. Bye-bye.